Hey, this is Don from Padlock Technologies again with another video. This video is going to answer another question, and it's going to be actually a warning of what not to do. Okay. So the question I got is they're thinking about getting two FMCs, and they were wondering if they should do HA or just keep them separately. And the answer is do HA. Okay. Now, you can do it separately, but I'm highly against doing it separately. And here's why. Now, HA does have its own quirks with it, with synchronizing the databases and stuff like that. But the manual upkeep of having two separate FMCs is not worth the problem. It's just not worth it. Trust me on this one. Case in point, if you have 1,000 firewall rules, you now have 2,000 firewall rules because you're going to have to put it on the primary firewall and you're going to have to do it on the secondary firewall. I mean, the secondary FMC, right? And they were doing like, don't do this because you just want to keep it separate. Like, unfortunately, that is the worst thing you can ever do, right? If I were you, I would configure the two FMCs in HA, and then you only have one place to manage everything at. So what happens in HA is they will sync their databases together. And then now there's two ways to do it. If you're going to do HA, do it in the beginning, but you can also add HA later on. So I'm going to give you two scenarios. You do it in the beginning, it syncs the database, make sure they're the same version, all that good stuff. And then when you add a FTD to it, it will send out, hey, the primary FMC will say, hey, I have another FMC that I need you to sync with. And then it'll do the sync with that. Now, I did do a video on that. I'll probably put a card somewhere up here or something like that. So to show you the FMC HA stuff, right? Or from a theory perspective. And you just keep adding FTDs. Don't have to worry about syncing later. Let's say you add it later now. So you have the primary FMC, you want to add another FMC for HA. What ends up happening is now you, again, make sure the versioning and everything is correct. You do the HA, now it has to do the sync. Depending on how many firewalls you got, that sync can take a very long time because it has to sync that entire database between the two. And then on the next deployment, it will push out, hey, I have another FMC that you need to connect to and have a management channel or SF tunnel channel to, right? And then when you go into your FTDs, you will see two managers, right? You'll have two SF tunnels going to its respective FMC. But to be short, do not have two separate FMCs because the whole purpose of that would be to give, a backup or a cold standby, so to speak. So what ends up happening is every time you make a firewall rule on one, you have to now go to the other FMC and put that firewall rule in there. And again, if you're doing 25 rules a day, well, now you have to go and make sure those rules are going to be on the other FMC. And guess what's going to happen? I can almost bet money on it that you're going to forget to add that rule to the other FMC. And then if you have to do a failover test or a disaster recovery test or a BC test, business continuity test, and you go over to your secondary site and you turn on that FMC with the other FTDs that are in cold standby, you hot them up, and then traffic's going to start working. And you're going to say, wait a minute, hold on. Why is this not working? And you're going to find out, oh, we didn't add these rules in here, and that's technically a failure for your test. So you do not want to do that at all. So take it from me, do HA, manage it, and it's very easy. I'll probably do a video on HA where you could just switch the peer over to the secondary and you'll just manage it like you normally do. So this is Don from Padlock Technologies. Hopefully that answers your question. If you don't get anything from this video, do not do two separate FMCs. Just do them in HA. Thank you and have a nice day. Oh yeah, don't forget to share, comment, like, and subscribe.